Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about a horror thriller film called Elevator Game from 2023. Enjoy your viewing. A group of friends, Kevin, Chris, Chloe, Izzy, and Maddie, started their own YouTube channel in high school and dreamed of becoming popular. Having gathered their audience, the friends decided to devote themselves to this business after graduation. Their hobby became unusual games that they play for fun or to disprove the existence of supernatural forces in our world. While discussing the next video release, Kevin informs us that their budget is quite modest, so they will have to postpone out-of-state travel. After that, he introduces the team to Ryan, who is their biggest fan. The guy is still in school, but he is ready to fulfill any blogger's assignments. Looking for an idea for a new episode, the group of friends listens to the newcomer's proposal. Ryan tells them about an elevator game that is gaining popularity among teenagers. According to legend, if you ride the elevator to certain floors in the correct order, you can open the gates to the spirit world. There is also a belief that if the ritual is performed incorrectly, a demon will appear and tear its victim to pieces. Ryan claims that there is a building not far from their studio where a girl recently disappeared. They say that she disappeared after she decided to play a game in the elevator. According to the official version of the investigation, the girl simply ran away from home, but the guy is sure that a ghost, popularly called the lady from the 5th floor, is involved. While Kevin is on the phone with a sponsor, Chloe gives the newcomer a tour of their small office. She is quite friendly, and even leaves him her number so that he can call if necessary. Back in the office, the company hears that their sponsor is unhappy. Their products were not well enough shown in the video. He threatens to cancel the contract if the young bloggers don't produce a new video within a week. Realizing that time is running out, Kevin decides to shoot the episode in the elevator, as Ryan suggested. The others are skeptical, but they have no other choice. Having divided responsibilities, the team begins preparations. They study the legend, the details of the ritual, eyewitnesses' comments, and other details. After gathering the necessary equipment, they head to the building where the ghost is supposedly living. Upon arrival, the team of bloggers sets up cameras and lighting, connects microphones, and starts filming. Chris, Maddie, and Chloe report on the scene, while Ryan, Izzy, and Kevin film and monitor the process remotely. Maddie tells the audience the rules of the ritual. The following floors must be passed in the correct sequence: 4th, 2nd, 6th, 2nd, 10th, 5th, and 1st. According to legend, on the 5th floor, a woman should enter the elevator and stand behind the passenger. At this point, you should never look back or talk to her. That's why Maddie recommends closing your eyes and mouth at this point. When the elevator stops on the 5th floor, Chris and Chloe explain what happens if you break the rules. If you talk to the ghost, it will tear you to pieces. And if you look back at it, your soul will be damned forever. Having completed the first part of the plan, the team enters the elevator. Ryan, Izzy, and Kevin watch them move through a monitor with all the cameras on it. Arriving on the 4th floor, Chloe offers to tell the story of Becky, the girl who disappeared after playing in the elevator. After going down to the 2nd floor, the young people go to the 6th floor and then back up to the 2nd floor. At this point, Izzy sees some interference on the monitor, but attributes it to the fact that the tablet is out of order. When the company reaches the 10th floor, the lights in the elevator start flickering. A frightened Maddie is about to get out of the car and walk, but Chloe insists that they all have to stay until the game is finished. Before pressing the button for the 5th floor, Chris adds to the tension by reminding them of the spirit of the woman who is about to enter the elevator with them. He suggests that they spy on her when she appears in the car, to which Maddie categorically refuses and makes his friends swear that he will not do so. At this point, Ryan notices a security guard approaching the door. He warns Izzy and Kevin to hide the equipment and hide themselves. Meanwhile, the elevator arrives on the 5th floor. Everyone inside closes their eyes and waits for the doors to close. Of course, Chris keeps his promise and opens his eyes for a moment. However, when the door closes, he pretends that nothing has happened. Chloe announces that now they have to press the button for the 1st floor. If everything is done correctly, the elevator should go to the 10th floor. When the friends notice that the car is moving up, they panic. However, the elevator stops on the 9th floor, and a man who was late for work enters. He looks at the teenagers in surprise, not understanding what they are doing in the elevator so late. Meanwhile, Izzy tries to figure out why there is no image on the monitor. While they were hiding from the security guard, the tablet was lying separately, so she was unable to trace what exactly caused the loss of signal. Going down to the ground floor, the young people find out that due to a malfunction of the equipment, most of the footage was deleted. To save the episode, Ryan suggests that they repeat the shooting, but this time everyone should enter the elevator with the equipment. Chris says he doesn't have time for that, but at that moment Ryan reveals the real reason for his refusal. It turns out that Chris knew the missing Becky. She was a fan of their show, and he took advantage of his popularity to have fun with her late one night. To set the record straight, Ryan admits that Becky is his own sister. It turns out that it was Chris who told her about the game in the elevator. He suggested that she conduct an experiment and film everything on camera, after which she could become famous. Being in love with Chris, Becky didn't hesitate to agree and set out to test this legend herself. Izzy and Chloe attack their colleague with reproaches for using the girl so cruelly. Ryan, in turn, asks the YouTubers to help him find his sister. When Chris starts yelling at everyone, proving his innocence, a security guard enters the building. He throws the group outside, warning them that he will call the police if they re-enter the building. On the street, Ryan apologizes to Chloe for his lies, but the girl only wishes him luck in finding his sister. When she returns home, she answers Chris's call. He tries to figure out what to do next, but the girl suggests postponing the conversation until tomorrow. The thing is that her attention was drawn to a strange sound she started hearing after she got off the elevator during the game. Meanwhile, Chris is also returning home, but suddenly the lights go out everywhere, and he is pulled up by some unknown force. Unable to move or even make a sound, he stares in horror at the spirit of a woman from the 5th floor. In one motion, she breaks his neck and then simply disappears. At this point, Ryan decides to repeat the experiment himself. He breaks into the building, enters the elevator, and follows all the instructions. When he gets to the 5th floor, he closes his eyes and doesn't make a sound, even though he can feel someone's presence next to him. After that, the elevator goes up, and the guy goes out into a corridor that is illuminated by a red light. Moving forward, he finds himself on the street, where everything is also illuminated in red. Even the sky has taken on a crimson hue. Seeing a female figure in the distance, Ryan walks towards it, but when he realizes that it is a demon, he runs away with all his might. Meanwhile, Izzy realizes that she forgot to take her camera out of the elevator. She asks Kevin to take it with her, as it was the camera that had most of the footage on it. Once inside the elevator, she suggests that they have some fun, and they follow the familiar path in the right sequence of floors. When the elevator reaches the 5th floor, the lights suddenly go out, and the hand of the same demon pierces Kevin's body through and through. Izzy also meets a terrible fate as the woman from the 5th floor brutally murders her victims. Meanwhile, Ryan, having fallen into the red dimension, tries to call the elevator to return to the world of the living. He manages to run into the cabin a second before the ghost catches up with him. On the floor, he notices a video camera and sees the recording of the spirit ruthlessly sending Izzy and Kevin to the next world. Ryan immediately calls Chloe and asks her to come to the office. At this time, Maddie is sitting at the bus stop. He looks up and sees the demon's distorted face, and then, terrified, rushes to the office. Meeting with Chloe and Ryan, he tells them what happened to him a few minutes ago. The girl, meanwhile, shares the information she has found about these events. More than 10 years ago, a group of female students locked a freshman, Ellie, in an elevator shaft as part of a rite of passage. She was supposed to stay there for several hours, but the girls got drunk and forgot about her. Throughout the weekend, Ellie stayed in the shaft, unable to get out. When the elevator car went down, it crushed her spine. The fact is that the cause of death was that she somehow got tangled in the wires and was slowly torn apart. At that moment, a demon appears in the office. It attacks Maddie, biting him on the neck. Stunned, Chloe and Ryan run away and head to the same building to re-enter the elevator and finish the game, because this is the only way to close the portal to the world of the dead. Once on the 5th floor, Ryan can't take it anymore and opens his eyes. Immediately afterwards, he finds himself in the red dimension, where Becky is waiting for him. All the news channels report the mysterious disappearance of a group of teenagers who were playing a game in the elevator. However, this does not inspire fear in people. On the contrary, restless bloggers come to this building again and again, and thus feed on the woman from the 5th floor. If you have watched the video so far, you should know that I am happy to have viewers like you. Thank you for watching to the end. Subscribe to the channel and follow the news. Klonsak Recapped was with you. See you soon.